Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you are watching this video or the time you are watching this video. This is Royal Touch Beauty Consult. So we are here to teach you on how you can make your floor plans in Archicad. Right now I'm using Archicad 28, which it doesn't matter the Archicad you are using. I can work with any Archicad 10, Archicad 12, Archicad 20, 28, any Archicad. So we are here to teach you on how you can make your floor plans. And we have, if you are coming across this channel for the first time, we want you to press the subscribe button, subscribe for this, subscribe, and also turn on the notification button so that whenever we post any video, you can be able to be notified. So if this is your first time of coming across this channel, just do everything you can do to subscribe to our channel and also turn on the notification button, because we will be taking you through on how you can create your floor plans, from the floor plans till the finishing, a complete architectural drawing. That is what we want to teach you. We will teach a complete architectural drawing, starting from creating of floor plans, fixing your windows, and also doing complete architectural drawing for approval. As you can see, this is the 3D that will render. This is the 3D for this plan. So we want to use it to start the teaching. So if you're a student, if you're an archi student, if you're a civil engineer student, if you are a builder, if you're a quantity surveyor, anything you are studying in the building industry, please just do well to follow us. Or you have a brother, or you have a friend, anybody who is studying any course, any of the related course in the building industry, just refer this channel to them to follow, because we are going to teach a lot, anything that has to do with architectural drawing and 3D rendering and animation and any other software we use for drawing. We are going to teach it for free because of the student. We are not taking any money. We'll be dropping our videos here live on our channel. So that's why we say you should follow us. Do as much as you can do to follow us, so that whenever we drop any video or any update, you can be able to be notified. And also, if you want us to teach you any of the software, please, or you want to ask any question, just do that in the comment section, and we'll be checking our comments to see your questions. And if we are to do video based on your question, we'll do video to clarify you better. So we are not um, charging you. This is for free of charge, for the sake of student, and the Nigerian student or any other student, so that we can be able to guide you on how you can design your building very well, or how you can do your design. So do well as much as you can follow. So as we are starting, first of all, before you start working in Archicad, this is the work area. The whole place you are seeing this floor now, this is the whole work area. You can create your design in any of these areas, and you can view them in the 3D. Now I will first of all just run a quick introduction on some of the icons you are seeing here, on the toolbars, some of the toolbars, and I'll be able to explain them very fast, and also tell you how you can start making your designs. Some of the icons you see here, you can see the arrow tool. This arrow tool is used to drop any object you pick from this place. Once you pick any object, to free that object, as I pick this lab tool now, if I want to drop it so that my mouse will be free, you drop it at this arrow tool. This is the wall tool. This is column. This is beam. This is a window. This is door. We have the object where you can get any other object, chairs, any other thing you want. This is the lamp tool for your lighting. This is the roof. This is the shell. If you are trying to design anything, this shell you can use it to design different things. There are some things. There's some is a type of roof that you use maybe in some ceramic designs where you need a different shapes, and also when you are about to, when if you want to design a dome, you can take that is the shell we use. You see the stairs, you see the rail, and we have the curtain walls, and we have the glass light tool, we have the corner window tool, we have the open tool, we have the wall end tool, we have the merge tool, we have the morph tool, and we also have the zoom tool. Under the viewpoint, we have the section, we have the elevation, we have the interior elevation tool, we have the detail tool, we have the worksheet tool, and we have the camera tool. Under document, we have the dimension tool, we have the level dimension tool, we have the radial dimension tool, we have the angle dimension tool, we have the text tool, and we have the label tool, we have the grid element tool, we have the change tool. The next one is the line tool, we have the arc or circle tool, we have the polyline tool, we have the spline tool. Spline tool, we have the fill tool, we have the hotspot tool, we have the figure tool, and the drawing tool. All these tools we are going to use one after the other. So during our design, during the course of our design, we'll be using those tools. So when we are about to use those tools, we'll be able to explain to you much better. So we'll be able to explain to you much better. And now we'll have the file here, we have the edit, we have the view, we have the design document options, teamwork, we have the window, this D5 render for rendering that I installed. So it have to show it here. So but or every other Archicad will not have this D5 rendering. Though my D5 rendering is not working, but I will try to restore it for those who want to learn D5 rendering, so I can be able to teach you on how to render with D5. We have the help tool here. Now most of these tools you are seeing here on this toolbar can be found in this menu bar, or in this menu bar. So as you can know, this is the title bar, where if you save your work, if you go to file and you save, you can be able to the name of your file will display on this title bar, and the Archicad you are using, this is where it displays at this title bar. So we have a lot of these things. Let us just go straight to the point, to the main thing, the main reason why we are here today. But if you need any, if you want to ask any question, like I said, you can try to drop your question on the comment section. We'll be attending to questions from the comment section. Now, if before you start designing, one of the things you need to do first of all, is to set your flaws, your stories. Look at the stories. If you come to the right side of the screen here, you will see this story, two story, one story, ground floor, section, elevations, interior elevations, worksheet, detail, 3D documents, and all the rest. As we use them, you will be able to explain them better. Now look at the ground floor. First of all, you need to right click on this ground floor, go to story settings. Now this dialog box will be displayed on the screen. Now if I'm using, like, I am a type that doesn't use 3 meters for my headroom, this is the headroom, this is the starting point, the ground floor to your headroom. So I maybe to your finishing block level. So I don't use 3000, I use like 3300. So now if I'm doing a story building, for example, assuming I'm doing story, 2 story, 3 story, 4 story, as this story is now, we have insert above. You can insert more stories either above or below. That is all this, and you can delete any story That is what you use this one to delete. If I want to delete any story, I will delete it from here. If I want to insert any story, I will insert it from here. So, but as time goes on, we will start stories so that you will know. But we want to show you how you can create your floor plan. So we don't want to deviate. We don't want to go into another thing because there's a lot of things to learn. That's why we said you should subscribe and also turn on the notification button so that you will be notified when we post any other video. So now here, if I'm doing story buildings, I always use um, 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 3.3, which is 11 feet, 11 feet, or 3.3 meters, which is 11 feet, or 3,300 millimeter. That is what I normally use. So if I add my slab, I normally use 200, which is 8 inches for my slab. So if I add that slab, if I'm using 3,300, I'll add my slab of 200 to make it 3,500. That is from 0 to 35. Now this one now will start from 35 to also 35. We're just doing the story settings so that if you're doing, and once we enter into maybe any story building designs, you'll be able to understand this thing very much well. Now just follow me up. Now this is 3,500. I said my floor will be 3 3. Why the slab will be 200 if I'm doing a story building. Now the next one is this 7,000 to 3,500. I will now click on OK. Now I will go to it has taken me to second story here. I will go back to the ground floor where I want to create my floor plan. This is the ground floor. Now I will go to wall tools. I will double click on the wall tools. Now if I go to wall tools, I have to do some settings here. Now having 300 here, my wall height now total wall height now is 3,800. Now I want to reduce it to 3,300. I will go to this place. If I type zero, it will go back to 3,500, which is my story height where we did the settings. But I will want to minus the 200 for my slab. I will now delete this and type minus 200. Now typing minus 200, it will take me down to 3,300. Now on this 3,300, I will try to that is what I want to be my wall height, 3,300. But if you're using Archicad 16, Archicad 12 from 16 below, this wall height is you can edit directly here on this wall height. It's not fencing like this. You don't control it through this top offset or through the bottom offset. But on this from I can think 18, 20, 22 upwards, they have this top offset or bottom offset. Now bottom offset means that my wall is starting from 0. It's starting from normal ground level 0. That's the 0 level. Now my wall height is 3,300, while I have minus the slab thickness, which is minus 200, which is 8 inches. Now I will make sure that I will come to this place, structural basic. I will choose this structural basic because we have this composite, and we have complex profile. We have the basic. So I will click on basic. I will click on basic. I will click on geometric method, straight polygonal. That is one I will choose, and I will also click on this one, straight. So this one is talking about my wall thickness. If I'm doing a bungalow, is either I choose maybe I'll be using 225, which is 9 inches, or I'll be using 150, which is 6 inches. Please know that we don't design with, for me, I don't design with 125, which is 5 inches block. Those ones are people who try to cut corners. I don't like you designing with 9 inches. I would like to also do my standard thing. You understand me? So now look at these colors. We have colors here. Sometimes once you come here, it will be very fancy. Look at the way it will look like. So you have to on them at this place. You have to on them. Why click? If you click here, they on. Now this thing means if I choose one color, it will choose both inside, outside, and the edge of the wall. So, but if I lock it up like this, if I choose one color, everything will be one color. That is what I want for now. So this is because I'm just working maybe on the outside wall. So I don't need maybe to choose any other color for the inside. If I'm doing the interior, if I go inside, I can change the any color if I want to change. So if you want to change, you just unlock it here. You have seen it. You can change. You choose different color for the edge, for the inside, and for the outside. But if I lock it, it will be now one color. I can choose one color for it. Now, so once I choose one color, all of them will become one color. These settings now I've done. One, my wall height settings, choosing this as basic, choosing the geometric polygonal, that the straight one, and choosing all these straight wall complexity. I choose a straight. So you understand me? Now I change my color now, and I choose my wall thickness. I will click on OK. Now I will I will draw because I want to work with this floor plan here now. So I will draw my vertic my vertical wall, and I will also draw my horizontal wall. I will draw both the horizontal and the vertical wall. Now look at this wall. If I want to cut the these SS's here, is either I hold my control key. This is also sign. If once you hold the control key, this scissors sign will come to your mouse. You click on it to cut, or you hold your control key, click on it to cut. Look at the fast way to do it. I'll just highlight both of them. I will click on intersect. Look at this tool here now. Look at the tool called intersect. Look at this tool called intersect. I'll click on intersect. Once I click on intersect, it will join together, intersect, or I will hold my control key to cut the edges. Now this is I've gotten my horizontal and vertical walls. What is the next thing for me to do? The next thing for me to do is to start creating the spaces, start putting my dimension, start to create, like this room one to the ante room to the main lodge. I want to get all my horizontal walls now. I want to get all my vertical walls. I'll start from vertical walls, starting maybe from either the left to the right, or from the right to the left. But right now I can only start from the left to the right. Now by getting the room one. The room one is 3050, 3050, 3050, 3050, 3.05, 3.05 meters, 3050 millimeter, or this is 10 feet 2 inch, 10 feet 2 inch. You understand me? 10 feet 2 inch. Now how do I get that? Now you must remember one of the things you need to note. You must remember your wall thickness. So assuming now I will click on this wall, I will right click, I will go to move, I will click on drag a copy, Ctrl Shift D, shortcut for it. I will hold my Ctrl key, I will hold my Shift key, and I will press D. This cross sign will come. This cross sign now will appear on my mouse to show that I want to duplicate an object. Or I will click. Remember to click on the object you want to duplicate. I will right click. I will go to move, drag a copy. Now if I click on this wall, I will drag. Now if I drag, I will hold my shift key to make sure this is my shift key. Holding my shift key is making sure that this thing is in a straight line. It's not like this. If I remove my hand from my shift key, it can move up, it can move down. So holding my shift key will make it to be straight. So even if I move my hands anywhere, it will remain straight. So look at it. I will now press R. R means to edit the distance. I'm editing the distance. Now remember the wall is 3050 millimeter, or 3.05 meters. Now I will add my 150 wall thickness to make it 3200. I will type 3200 here. Press enter. Look at the wall now. Look at the distance. Look at it. 3050. 3050. That is it. Because I've the wall thickness have taken it the additional 150 we added. Because if you don't add that additional 150, it will minus it from your main dimension. So that is one thing you have to note. If you don't add your wall thickness, even if it's 225, If you don't add the 225 to any dimension you want to say, you want to offset, it will minus that the wall thickness from the figure you typed in on that distance. So that's another thing you need to note. So the next wall there now for me to bring out is this anteroom, and this anteroom, the size is okay, this is 1.550. This is 1.550. Now, it doesn't mean that, note, it doesn't mean that anteroom is every anteroom is 1.550. Sometimes your space is being controlled by the size of your land. Now, if you look at the wall outside this place now, is the size of this land. That means this land is very small. We are trying to manage space here. So that's why we're using 1.550 as the anteroom. So sometimes your anteroom can be 10 feet, it can be 20 feet, based on your land, based on the space you are dealing with. Based on the space you are dealing with. So the space you are dealing with can determine your some of your dimensions, because you will not want to go more than maybe something that will now maybe occupy more space. Maybe at the end of the day, the design will not enter that land size. You understand me? So 150. Remember what we did before. 8150 plus 150 will give us 1850 plus 150. 1850 plus 150 additional 150 will give us 2 meters, 2000 millimeter, or 2 meters. How will you do that? Control Shift D. Remember, or you right click. Make sure that the wall you want to duplicate is highlighted. You click on the wall. You can see this green, something green, which differentiates it from this one now, to show you that, and the blue sign shows you that that wall is highlighted. So I will right click now. I will go to drag a copy. I will click and I will drag. Now I will type 2000, which is 2000 millimeter. So now look at it, it's 1850 millimeter. Now what is the next thing? Let us be very fast so that we will not take much of your time. Now this is 4.5. Now you will repeat, you will do the same thing. Control Shift D. Right now we're using shortcut. You click and you drag. You type in your that dimension, adding your wall thickness. 4.5 plus 150 will give you 1650. 4650, sorry, 4650. You press enter. Now that is the last wall we have here. Now what will I do? I have to cut off this side by holding the control key. I will click on the wall to cut it off. Now I have cut it off. Now what is the dimension I will look at? What is my net dimension? What is the net dimension I want to get? Maybe I would like to get this one, because this one they are in the same dimension, or I would like to get this one. So what is this dimension? Let me put the dimension so that we can be able to know the dimension. This is a 4.2. So I can take, let me start from this room. Let me get the 4.2. I will get the 4.2. I will mark out this toilet. This toilet is 1.2. This other toilet is another additional 1.2. So sometimes when your toilet is closer like this, it helps in the special chamber, it helps in the connection. It makes it more easier than when your toilet is far different places. Understand me? So look at it. Now we have this 1.2, 1.2. I will get the room first. I will now get the toilet. I will now get these other rooms. Now let me get this dimension so that I will know the distance. So I'm not just using this one as an example. Now this is, I will get the first room is 4.2. I will take from here. Control Shift D to click and drag. First of all, you must highlight the wall you want to duplicate. 42 plus 150, that is 4350 millimeter. I will hold this. I will click on this wall to cut off this side. If I want to cut off anything from this wall, if it's from this wall now, I will click on this wall, because if I don't click on it, if I hold my control key and cut, it will only cut this middle one. It will not cut this one. It will not cut this one. It will only cut the middle one. It will not cut this one. So for me to cut all of them at once, I will click on the wall where I want to cut it from. I will hold the control key and click. It will cut it off once and for all. So this is 4.2. I will look at the dimension for the ante room, which is one 3150. I will get this 3 Control Shift D. I'll click on it. 3150. I'll add, remember to add the 150, the wall thickness. That's 300. You you press enter. You now hold your control key to cut off this side and cut off this side. Now let me get these two toilets. That is 1.2. Control Shift D. Control Shift D. That's 1350. Add them 150 of the wall thickness. Another Control Shift D. 1350. That is another. That's the second toilet. Now let me get this family lounge, which is 5550. I will click on this wall. Control Shift D. I will double click on it. I will click and drag 5550 plus 150. That is 5700 if I'm not mistaken. So which is, it shows that this wall, the wall that divides this thing, these two toilets, is in the same line with this the wall of this family lounge. So that is what it's telling you here. So I have to cut it off so that there will not be double wall here. I have to cut this one off. Now look at this. This is the family lounge. Now let me get this sit out. Let me get this sit out and leave this completion. I will do a second video for this completion, and also because the time is going much quite longer. But once I will do the second video, you see the second video. So once you finish watching this one, you look out for the next video for completion. Now look at the sit out. Let me do the sit out because it's not is backwards, and we're going backwards now to get this sit out. Now what is the dimension of this sit out? The sit out is 3 meters. So what will I do? I'll click from here, Control Shift D, bring it down 3 meters. 3150. I'll add the additional wall thickness. This is 3 meters. Now from here, what is the dimension here? 2 meters. I can take this one, 2 meters. I will test into in. I will type 2150. So now from here, you hold your Shift key to make it to be straight. Hold your Control key to cut. I'll click here, hold my Control key to cut. Now to make it easy, this is 4.9. So from here now I can now pick up my 4.9. That is 4.9. That is 5050. Adding 150. That is 4.9. I will click here to cut. So this is, if you look at it now, we have gotten here this place. Now we have gotten this place. So if I want to get my dining, let me get the dining to give it that shape. Now dining is 2.4. I will do 2550. Press enter. That is 2.4. So the dining width is 3450. I will do 3450 from here. Control Shift D to duplicate. 3450 plus 150. That is 3600. I will cut off here. I will also cut off here. I will also cut off here. Now it's giving us the shape we're looking for. Look at it here. It's giving us all this shape. Now if you look at this room is 37. I can do, and the height, this is 3.9 by 3.7. 3.9 4050. Adding 150, that is 3.9 by 37. 3850. Look at it. I will find a point. Once my mouse, I will click on this wall. Look at, once my mouse mark good, means I'm picking the edge of this wall. I'll click on it. Now look at this place. Look at this two. Stretch. I want to stretch this wall. I can hold my shift key to make it to be straight. I want to stretch it across the line. I will now cut. I will now cut this one. Also do the same thing. Go to this one at this point. Once your mouse change this mark good means it has picked the edge. You click and you move your mouse. You drag. Now hold your shift key for it to be straight. For it to be straight, hold your shift key. Drop it across. Cut it off. Cut this off. Now cut the center. Now if you look at what is happening here, we're having the same shape. Look at it here. So this is the shape. Now look at the final rule 4.2. Final rule Ctrl Shift D. Ctrl Shift D 4.2. That's 4350. 4350. Have you seen it? 4350. So it's looking like it. It's looking like it. Okay, let us try to round it up. This is 3.6 by 3.9. 3.6 by 3.9. The height is 3.6. Ctrl Shift D. 3750. 3750. So the 3.9 is from where? From this one, 3.9. I will delete this one. Click and delete. Here you cut. This one you cut. Now 3.9. Ctrl Shift D. 3.9, that is 4050. So click it here. Delete here. Click and delete here. Now let's get this toilet and the store. Now I will complete 1.2, which is 1350. This is 1350. Another 1.2. 1350. How can okay if I want to join these two walls together, this one and this one, since they will join, they need to join together. I will click on this one, hold my shift key, click on this one, click on intersect. It will join together. Intersect, it will join together. Now it's remaining this sit out from the kitchen, or you call it a veranda. A veranda. This is 1.2 by 1.8. So looking at this place now, the 1.8 is already existing, if I'm not mistaken. That is the 1.8. So what we need to get is 1.2. Ctrl Shift D to duplicate, click and drag. Ctrl Shift R, only Shift R to edit the distance. 1350. Shift R. I can hold this one now to cut off this side. I can highlight that one to cut off the next one by holding my if I highlight it, I hold my control key to cut off the SS's. Now look at this one. I can cut this one off, holding my control key to cut off. Now look at what we have here. Now okay, let me get this toilet. That is what is remaining. Let me get this toilet. That is what is remaining. Because this is door size 0.75 0.7550 0.750 0.750. Now I can click on this one. Remember when I said if I want to drag this up, once my mouse mark that good, it means I'm dragging an object. I'll click on it, make sure that it's on this stretch. I'll stretch it, cut it, hold my control key to cut it here. Now for my Ctrl Shift D, I will bring it down. I can choose 2.1, which is 2250. For example, if I choose to choose that dimension, I will join it together, and I will also open here so that my door will come in here. Door will come inside the toilet in here. This is the ante room. So this is room 1 and the other room. So look at this is exactly okay. Now it's remain this transfer. How do we do this transfer? To highlight the both edge, go to Go to fillet and chamber. Click on fillet and chamber. We want to create that edge there, so that anytime you want to create the edge, it will be very easy. Just because the icon for this video is obstructing my view, it's trying to make me not to look at it. It has come. So I can now choose either a full curve, full C curve, or a chamfer. A chamfer. So I'm choosing a chamfer. You can just be checking like this 1000. Look at, it's too much. I can control Z to go back. Go back again. I can 500. I'll look at it. Look at it. It will give you exactly. So this floor plan now is what we look at. This floor plan is what we duplicate here. Now we duplicate this floor plan here. Look at it. It's exactly how it is. But our motive is to, our aim is to teach you on Archicad until you can be able to render either using Atlantis, which anyone in your system can contain, anyone your system can carry. Now is that we teach you Atlantis for rendering, we teach you Lumion for rendering, we have SketchUp and V-Ray and any other software that you want to learn from us. You can comment it on the comment section, and also remember to subscribe, to click on the notification button, and turn it on, the notification button on, and so that whenever we post, you can be able they will be able to notify you. So thank you for watching this one. We will remain Royal Touch Build Consult Limited, and we are into architectural design, construction, and every other building works. So that is what we will do. That is, and we'll do it, and we'll do it better. So thank you. On our next video, we'll be making on how to put the doors and the windows. Doors and windows. Remember, we said we will teach you on how to design till you can be able to design your full architectural drawing. And we will try as much as we can do to demystify our teachings so that you'll be able to understand. We'll not be using terminology here. We'll always try to break it down so that you'll be able to understand. So thank you, and see you next time. So please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.